And we are live. Shannon Mather's in the house. Woo! How we doing, Shannon?
Yeah, good, thank you. How
Good,
are you?
good. I'm all right. How you, Dan?
I'm all right.
So we are week 2 now of the podcast, and I am week 2 of my diet. It is not going to plan. I know we've had a couple of people messaging me saying, "How's the diet going?" It has been slow progress.
Calendars?
How many?
Calendars.
Well, having calendar starts properly today, so I had my first couple of tours
You had your
today.
first one and then you get 24.
I've been quite good so far, but I think my new addiction, I think we've spoke about, is the kilogram bar dairy milk.
Okay. Yeah.
That, I've had 4 of them in 2
Do
weeks.
you know how big it is? It literally looks like a surfboard.
Yeah, that is what
You're
I'm
talking about
struggling.
the big
Like
one.
Yeah, properly, yeah.
I could probably sink that in a night.
See, this is what we're
I
talking
don't
about.
every
Oh,
night, but
I
I
do.
could sink one in a
When you
night.
eat it, you go, oh, I really need a drink of water now.
No, it's milk.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I would get on the
milk's
milk.
a good
Whatever,
one.
any.
Yeah, I will do half a bar of that a night, no problem at all.
Yeah, I'm a better.
So that, but I think I'm looking slimmer for the camera. I don't know what you're thinking. Right, so Shannon, we've got you here today. We're going to talk about your time at Aldershot Lee, and then when you was at obviously Aldershot, and of course all important injury. So we're going to go right back to the beginning of your adult football career from 18 plus. Where were you playing? What was happening?
So I was at Sandhurst
Okay.
for the start of my adult career. I did make a couple of debuts at Fleet when I was like 16 for.
Pay for Fleet.
Oh, yeah.
Fleet. That's the portal
Fleet is
for
the place
everyone.
to be, yeah. I mean, I was there with Kev actually, probably doesn't even remember, but I actually played under Kev.
Yeah, Kev, yeah.
When I was 16, because I played for the under 16s, and then he called me up because they were short, and I played like 2 games for the women's. Then went over to Sandhurst, and I was there for about 6 years actually.
That's quite a bit
Yeah.
steady, isn't
Really
it? Yeah.
Really long time. I was 6 years, and then the whole team moved to Hawley.
Okay, so you was at Hawley with some of the farm girls, like Georgia Stelly,
Yeah,
Stelly, all
Stelly,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Both the Stallies, yeah, they were with us at Hawley.
So, because I believe Hawley folded, was that when you moved to Aldershot Lee, or did you move before that?
Hawley folded.
Oh, yes,
as
I remember now.
As I was moving to
Yes.
Aldershot Lee, so they were still like
Yeah.
active a little bit, trying to get
Yeah.
players in, because obviously you had Sally and Sally, who went to Farnborough.
Because we were going to try and
That
sign
season.
you. We tried to sign you at the start of last season for Ash.
That was when you just started,
Yeah, we were
wasn't
just
it?
starting ourselves, yeah.
And then me and Shelley went to Aldershot Lee, and then there's a couple that just stopped playing. One of the other girls who had a really bad injury, who I've played with since I was 7, she couldn't play anymore, so she stopped completely. So there was like different reasons why people weren't playing or going elsewhere, so they just didn't have enough. And they
So
folded.
on that then, because obviously you was at Hawley, which was I think Div 3 Hampshire at the time, to go
No,
from
we were Thames Valley.
Thames Valley.
I think.
So to
something
go
like
from there to Southern Region, was that a big jump?
that. Yeah, massive.
Yeah. Did you notice
Yeah.
a difference in training or quality of standard of play?
Standard of play for sure. Like,
What, tactically wise? Or pace?
pace wise and tactically, to be fair. I mean, I play at the back, so
Yeah.
some of the attacking players that I played against at Southern Region were just another level.
Yeah.
It's quick, technical. They also just played the ball around so well at that level.
I think that's what we're noticing about a lot now with obviously Farnham Southern Region, Aldershot Lee Southern Region, Farnborough, Frimley Green. The Southern Region team in this little catchment area is huge, and that's everyone's trying to get to.
Yeah.
But like you say, with the pace from when you're trying to recruit players like ourselves or Aldershot, Div 3 and with Surrey leagues, them dropping down's fine, but when the players that want to step up, they always say the pace is phenomenal.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I definitely improved going to Aldershot, and I think that helped in terms of the players that I was playing with, because they were just that step up,
Yeah.
and also the players that I was playing against, because you can't just, like, as a defender, you cannot switch off in that league. If you switch off in that league, you will be punished. So it was like you had to do everything right, otherwise if you made one mistake.
Yeah, because there's a lot more travelling in those leagues as well.
Yeah.
I think you've got teams going to Oxford area, obviously Guernsey now in the
Guernsey are
Southern
in there,
Region
yeah.
as well.
And Jersey Bulls. The Jersey Bulls?
Jersey Bulls are in our league
Oh,
at the
they're in
moment.
yours?
They
So
were,
they're in
right,
Ash's
yeah.
league at the moment, so Div 1, but they will shoot up 2 or 3 divisions. They've put them in our league because they didn't know where they were going to be.
Right, okay.
And they are
It's a
phenomenal.
bit like probably us at
Yeah. So you got, because you come in at Hampshire Div 3. I remember 2 seasons before, they put Farnborough into Hampshire Div 5. And
First team?
First team.
Wow.
And they played a friendly against a team in that division and they won like 14, 15-0. So they put them up to 3. Bearing in mind, in 2 or 3 seasons, they're now Southern Region.
Yeah.
And they pretty much romped Div 3.
Yeah, they did.
Div 1 against 2 promotions in a row.
Mhm.
So for yourselves, just to try to find somewhere to put your Aldershot and then see how you get on from there. But they're doing all right.
Yeah, I think
Top of the league,
I don't think it's a bad thing us
Mm.
starting in that league.
No,
to be
not at
honest,
all.
Bit of confidence.
Yeah,
just as a team
definitely.
as well.
And I think Farnborough did it the right way.
100%.
'cause
Craig
they've
worked that
built,
well.
yeah, they've built like a squad at that level, which was a very good squad at that level. And then I feel like because when you're unbeaten and you're winning, it attracts so many other people. Like look at Badshot, for example. Let's just use them as an example. They are in Southern Regions, like they're probably the best league in this area for like women's football. Because they aren't winning, they don't attract
It's interesting, isn't it?
as many players as.
But it does make sense though
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah, and I think starting lower, you build as a team.
Yeah.
Because you're a brand new squad, so you need to gel. Going into a higher division, you can't gel as well because it's such fast pace. You can't make errors. You can't try new things. So I don't think it's a bad thing that we've started
Not at all.
where we are. And I mean, we haven't won every game by.
No, not like 10, 12 nil.
No.
There's been some tight games in that league as well.
For sure. I mean, probably has added to that the fact we've got quite a few injuries at the moment. And,
You'll be one of them, which we'll come on to later.
Yeah, but there's also other girls that Loz. She's also waiting an MRI. She's
Oh, really?
one of our strong players.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she only played like 2 games with us before she hurt herself.
That's hell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
I
you
think,
just want to
yeah.
play at a good team, good level, and then you go out injured. You're like,
Yeah.
like that mental to
Get
work
back into
and
it.
Get back into
Yeah,
it.
but she
Regardless.
was out for a little while.
Okay.
She hadn't played for maybe 2 or 3 seasons, and then she came back and joined us. Played. She actually hurt herself at the EBB.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, all places to hurt herself.
Unfortunately, yeah, but she hurt herself, and then she was like, "Oh, I need to go back on." And I was like, you don't.
Yeah.
I know we were playing at the EBB, but you don't need to go back on. She came back. She did come back on, but whether that made it worse or not. who
Yeah,
knows?
yeah. I think you were right about what you said about Farnborough. Obviously, from what I was led to believe when I was at Farnborough at the time, they won Div 3. They
Mhm.
were offered a chance to go to Southern Region,
Yeah.
and Craig was like, no. As much as anyone else would maybe jump at the chance,
Yeah.
you're like, no, let's get ourselves in Division 1,
Mhm.
build again,
Yeah.
bring players in, because from 3 to then is huge.
Yeah.
And I think, me personally, I think the new clubs starting at Farnham and Aldershot and Ash, Farnborough sort of settled with a trend and a blueprint to go, this is how we recruit, this is how
For
we
sure,
bring
yeah.
in. And then obviously around the area, everyone's got stronger and stronger with
Yeah.
players.
I mean, you can't fault the way that Craig's done it, because I think it's probably the best way to do it.
Yeah.
And it's obviously showing because they're doing really well
The
in
success it speaks for itself.
Southern Region as well,
Yeah.
and people want to play
Yeah.
at Farnborough.
Yeah, because when they started, obviously they had the first team, then they had a development team,
Yeah.
and now there's a pathway just going further down and down. And I think a lot of people do look at the way they're set up and go, that's going to be good. And I think
Yeah.
that maybe gave, in my opinion, the Farnham a chance to go, well, we can have
Yeah,
we can do
sure,
that. And then
yeah.
obviously we've come along, Ash,
Yeah,
we've come along
Aldershot,
Aldershot
yeah.
as well.
They probably were the trendsetters.
Yeah, well, yeah, we say that a lot.
Yeah, but there's no it's such a good thing. It's not a bad
No,
thing. Like,
it's not at all.
there's so many women's clubs in the area now. I think
And
it's a
word
great
spreads
thing.
as well. doesn't
Yeah.
it? It's like, oh, Farnborough. Everyone hears Farnborough.
Everyone knows everyone
Yeah,
as
everyone
well.
just
in,
knows.
It's
women's
a tight
football.
little world in that football industry.
Yeah,
But I think obviously, because one of the other teams was Rushmore, they had so
Yeah,
many teams
yeah.
for quite a bit of time. Again, their first team with Emma Much was talking about the other week. So once you know a couple of players,
Yeah.
you all sort of stick together in the
Yeah.
teams you
yeah,
move on
sure.
to.
Because they've now only got
I think it's 2 or 3 only. They used to have
Yeah.
4 at one point.
I think maybe two or 3. Because a couple of the girls from Hawley went to Rushmore.
That's right, yeah.
So we kind of all went here, there, and everywhere.
Separate ways,
I'm
yeah.
not sure any of them are there anymore, actually.
Because I remember Cove were looking to start a team,
Yeah.
and there was rumours about players
Mhm.
going to Cove, and
Yeah.
then
Chris actually did reach out to me when he
Okay.
was looking to set that up,
Yeah.
because I've known Chris Powell. He was the manager of the first team at Cove for years, because he was the first team manager at Sandhurst.
okay,
when
so
I
that's
was
the
there.
link.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he did message and say, like, we're looking to set up a ladies team. This is when you guys
We
it
were
started
trying to message you as
yeah.
well. We were all messaging you going, I heard you played come play for us. And,
Yeah, and he
let's
did,
have a walk.
and he was like, would you come over and we'll set it up? And I was just like, I think I was just so like not sure what I was going to do.
So on that, that's great to lead on to the next point perfectly. Why Bachelor Lee? Why Bachelor Lee? Why not Farnborough? Why not Ash? That's what I want to know. Why not Ash? That's what
I did try that.
Yeah,
Farnborough.
Okay.
I think it was that season.
Yeah.
I tried at Farnborough. God, I can't remember. I think it must have been. I tried at Farnham also.
Oh really?
Yeah, which very ambitious, I think, of me. But
Listen,
it was
going high,
great.
going
Yeah, no,
high.
it was good to go to the trials though. To be fair, at Farnham because they were really good trials, so it was a good experience.
Did you have to do Aldershot trials?
Yeah, we did have to do trials at Aldershot. I went to Badshot. How did I go to Badshot? That sounds really bad. Really bad.
I know what you're trying to say.
I just like trying to think if I had anyone there that I knew, and I don't think that I did. I mean,
was it the pull of Southern Region? Like, was that,
yeah, that did attract me quite a lot. Well, actually, Meg was there, but she left when I joined. I played with her when I was younger. She was a captain at Badshot, but left when I joined.
Okay.
But yeah, I just think I just wanted to go that little step up because
test yourself.
Yeah, because Hawley was. I mean, I had so many friends at Hawley, so I was there for such a long time because they were just all my like really really good friends.
Yeah.
But in terms of football, I mean, it wasn't like.
It wasn't their greatest seasons.
No.
Was it? They but then they come up against a couple of teams who were ambitious to kick on with
we
it.
did struggle.
But again, it was a lot of it. I think comes down to player availability, player recruitment. Because when everyone else, when Farnham start up, there's another 16, 20 players taken from that pool of players.
Yes.
Now we'll move on to the next one. Ash start up, there's another 20 players. Aldershot start up. All of a sudden, that pool is getting pulled every which way. And bear in mind, we said earlier, the catchment area is so small. You've got 6 clubs in a 3, 4, 5 mile radius, 4 in Southern Region. So for us, like the lower teams, we're just going, can we just have something? Just give us something.
Some of us,
yeah. 100%.
But that's where the dual signing comes in, I think.
Yeah, because we dual signed yourself.
Yeah, which I like. I mean, obviously I played at Badshot at Southern Region, and obviously I dual signed with you guys as well. But I mean, obviously I also don't like to always play in defence. So I mean, I'm probably best in defence.
Yeah.
But in terms of I do also like to come out a little bit.
You used to pick the ball up and drive forward with it when you played for us.
Which I used to play centre mid when I was younger back in the day, but it seems the older you get, further back you get. So I don't know if that's a trend, but I mean Shell was even playing right back at Badshot, and she was our 50-goal season scorer at Hawley when we were younger. So
she's now at Aldershot yourself.
She's now at Aldershot, with me. She finds herself everywhere at Aldershot though, to be fair. But then she's like, she likes to play more in the middle at Aldershot because she feels like she gets the ball a bit more. Don't know why, but
everyone wants the ball. Yeah, you know that.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
Danny
I hate
plays
the day when I
striker.
go back into defence.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're so
I'm so far up the pitch and
what am I doing here?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing here. Make the most of it because when you get to my age.
So I was like, I'm playing defence. I'm like,
now we're playing defence.
Absolutely not.
So you was at Badshot League for one season.
Just one season, yeah.
So obviously then, let's move on to Aldershot. So you heard what Aldershot was starting a team. How did you know about Aldershot? What was the reason?
I saw it on the main page, the main account on Facebook. I think that they were starting up a ladies' team, and I just messaged Amy and just said obviously I was happy at Badshot.
Every player's always looking.
Yeah, I just think it just took its toll at Badshot. I mean, like I just said again, I'm not that young, but I mean I played at Badshot for pretty much most of the season with Achilles tendonitis, 90 minutes every game because we had no players.
Yeah. You were struggling. It was always 11 or 12.
But 11 or 12 every game, and I was playing with Achilles tendonitis. The next day I couldn't walk for about a week because I'd run. I wasn't even I had run a little bit. I had run a lot at the Badshot games, so it just kind of took its toll a little bit. And we were still looking like we were going to be the same this season where we didn't have as many players, and I just thought I don't think I could do that again.
I think that's what we're finding now at Ash. We had a pool of players last season, and we were leaving players out, 15, 16, 20 players. This season, it's gone the opposite. Whereas Badshot now seem to have picked up a few players.
Yeah.
And we're now not as such. But then, like you say, with Aldershot coming in, when you guys started, we'd heard rumours that Aldershot was starting a team. We were like,
God.
oh God, no,
It's
please,
so
no.
close to you though,
Well,
isn't it?
if you come out this stadium and
Yeah.
go straight, it's on the same road.
Yeah, it's not
right?
far.
And we were like, oh, please don't be starting the team. And then you start seeing things on Facebook. Because
Mhm.
the trial started a little bit earlier on.
Really
well
early,
on.
yeah.
Things like November, December time, they first started to open the doors
Yeah, I think they were
Yeah.
training for quite a while.
to... Do you say?
I knew you were.
Oh.
Oh,
But I wasn't back at
You wouldn't be
In
doing
the
this
right
now.
place
so
there
yes.
then.
Yeah. But yeah, because I remember we met Amy, I think in January, we played them in a friendly.
Mhm.
And they were all 15, 16. And we looked at me like, this is fine. Look, be a bit strong. They won't like that. Give them a little push off the ball. They want to know.
No.
That was not the
No.
case, okay? These kids were drilled to play football
Mhm.
slowly, pass the ball, pass, move. I think it ended up finishing 1-1. And then we were like, these are going to be a force.
Yeah.
So the youngsters, but if you bring in some experience, then bearing in mind the Aldershot name as well, being
Mhm.
a powerhouse in
Yeah.
football, that could change
Yeah.
this area for football as well, with obviously Farnham and Farnborough.
Mhm. And probably half the girls that played that game but probably aren't maybe in the women's squad now. They're probably
Yeah.
in the
Well, yeah,
the
they was
under
15,
18s
16, yeah.
or even the under 16s to be fair.
That's mad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're good.
they're really good. But there's a lot of them that have played for us throughout the season already, like have stepped up because they're all like some of them are dual signed with us, which they play on a Saturday. I think it's like 5 or 6 that have played for us, and then there's Jess Gunn who is now actually a full time.
Oh, quite really?
When I unfortunately,
Yeah.
and she's great. I mean, she probably could have played over me before anyway, but they recruited her as a full time of the women's because we needed a centre back, and although she says she doesn't like playing centre back, but
No one does.
Yeah, no.
You take it, yeah.
but she's very, very, very good there. So, but she's now a full time member of the women's team, and then I think there's 3 or 4 that play with us regularly actually.
But this is great because it gives the youngsters that little bit of experience of play in women's football, see what the difference is, then drop down again, go back to playing under 16s, under 18s, whatever, and then just get that little bit of experience in themselves to go, right, I need to improve on this.
Yeah.
But also that confidence to play with people who have played at Surrey region.
Yeah, I mean, they're just so good though. Like,
Yeah,
you put them in there, like you wouldn't think, like when they first played the game, you wouldn't think that they hadn't played at women's level before. Like they hold their own, and they just look like they've played the full. Because I mean, at women's level, you do come up against some women that are physically very strong and will put in a hard challenge, but they didn't like shy away from it.
That's
or
what you were saying. Like,
Matchy.
Yeah, but
yeah,
just like
Yeah, Matchy being a challenge in.
but just like women's football now,
Yeah.
you're saying how the younger generation is just
They're drilled.
to
They're drilled to play this
play
way.
football.
And this is what we spoke about with Matthew. The people of the Twilight generation, 30 plus, we've got to call them, the Twilight generation, and now come up against these kids who are just trained in a different way. They will just pass move, and if you've not got the pace in your defender, you've got to drop 10 yards because you know once they get the ball, they'll knock it past you and go.
For sure.
And they've got the confidence to do that. So this is where we spoke about how football is changing for the generations.
Yeah.
And in 10 years' time, all these kids going through, that's all it's going to be. And that's quite exciting to see.
Oh, it really is, yeah.
Excuse me.
But you can't. You kind of need the balance though.
Experience.
Yeah, because you do need to have like that old school way of like putting in a hard
Yeah.
challenge. But,
That's a proper defender.
yeah, you
like.
need it though because you come up against, like you just said, you come up against those players that are like full of confidence.
Let them know you're there early.
Yeah, you got to. you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Bang.
I mean, obviously fairly,
Yeah.
but you got to let
It's
them know
hard.
you're there. Like you're not gonna let them walk all over you. So I think having that little bit of balance also, like the old style of football is like a bit more rough and ready, isn't it? Whereas nowadays it's more like, I mean, it should be more passing and moving because that is what football is about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not
just bang.
not just like smashing into people or like, do you know what I mean? It should be that pass and move, which is why football has evolved so much, especially in like the women's sport.
So this is what we'll talk about then. So obviously you was at Badshot Lee. Was it a hard move to Aldershot, or do you be like straight away, if I make it, I'm moving?
I think it was hard move in terms of the girls because I got on really well with the girls and bonded really well with the girls at Badshot. But in terms of like leaving the club, no. I mean, I'd only been there for 1 season, so it wasn't like like some of the girls who are still there this season, they've been there for a very, very long time. So they may have had in their mind like thinking about, should I move?
Loyalty.
Yeah, should I go somewhere else? Like look at my options, but probably like a loyalty thing. They probably thought that was probably a bit like me at Hawley. That's why I was there for 6 years because.
So what attracted you to Aldershot? Was it the management style? Was it a new challenge? Was it a slower paced league because obviously Division 3? Was it that? Was it?
I think it was more just like the club itself. Like they've got like such good setup there in terms of like what we get at Aldershot is like you don't probably get it in many places. I mean Farnham will probably have what we have in terms of like the trackers, the heart trackers and stuff.
I can't imagine my players putting them on the dog.
Well, it doesn't actually tell you your heart rate, but it tells you in terms of like if you're not performing, like they all can see how hard you're running, how far you ran.
How was that for you? Did you mind having it on you thinking I'm wearing this now?
Like a pressure?
Yeah, and I don't think it was more pressure. I think it was more of a I need to put in the work because they're going to know if I'm slacking.
We need them at Ash.
Yeah.
We need them at Ash right
just
now.
want to turn you up.
Oh God, yeah.
And it's always quite nice to see afterwards as well. Like it's like some of the girls, a bit like top trumps actually. Because like one of the girls, like Jessie, she's our winger. She was like, I hit this speed or whatever, and I'm like here at the back like,
I'm just trying to break double figures.
Yeah, I didn't even hit half of that speed. I mean,
just see me running up and down the pitch. No way.
Yeah, what are you doing? just getting the speed up.
Yeah.
What else does it show? Like your elevation.
That's cool.
What else is on there?
See, this is development, and we're talking Sunday League women's football, but that's the standard they're setting from a young age. So the kids come
I don't know if the girls. I think they do. I think like all of the teams get that, and we get like the VO every week, which is really good because then we have the analysis. We actually do analysis every week, so they actually like. You're looking at me saying stop talking because Danny's.
No.
Bye.
Just see it now. This is the second podcast. I've just lost Danny's Aldershot. We just drink this one, he won't go out.
But no, like in terms of that, is like because you actually learn what you've done wrong.
Yeah.
Or like the things that you've done well. They've gone like they'll look at the stuff you've done well and the stuff that you've.
So what's bad about Aldershot? Why would you not do an Aldershot?
Well, you end up injured.
Yeah.
Then you're not playing anyway.
So obviously you signed for Aldershot then. Was there a pressure playing for a name of Aldershot, like a powerhouse name? Obviously they're quite big in non-league football. And bearing in mind, the men's team had just come off the back of winning the FA Trophy. That was going to Wembley. I think there's 20,000 there. But that was probably the best time to start the women's team as well.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
Crowds, they were getting 7,000 for the semi-final against Woking. So all of a sudden now the spotlight was on Aldershot to go, well let's have the spotlight on Aldershot, let's see what we can do with it.
Maybe a little bit. I mean, the first game that we probably played our friendly, who did we play against? Farnborough, actually, at the stadium.
I was there. I went to see that. Yeah. I think it's only 3 or 4. It weren't
3-0 it was.
Yeah,
you lost 3-0.
well.
That was our first ever friendly. Obviously, they played that friendly against you, but we got our first ever friendly of the people that had been signed. So
that's right, because Christina was in goal.
Yeah, Christina was in goal. I mean, we didn't have Shell. We still didn't have like everyone who was in the squad. But to go there.
That was a strong Farnborough team as well.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones was playing. I think Ellie Staley was playing.
I think it was all of their new recruits, minus a couple that they probably picked up now. But for us to go there off the back of their unbeaten run, their treble win that season, and play our first friendly together and only lose 3-0, I think maybe there was a little bit of pressure on that game. Probably as well for me a little bit, because obviously I did trial there. And
okay. And you go back there again with the opposition team.
Yeah, and obviously I know like Staley, so to play against Ellie.
Good player.
Yeah, great player. Great. I mean, I love Ellie. But I was obviously marking Ellie as well. She obviously plays up top, and obviously I'm a defender. But so maybe a little bit of pressure on that game, I think, because there were so many people there watching as well to probably see what we were.
Always the first one is going to be the hardest.
To see what we were all about, because obviously there was talks of Aldershot setting up a women's team. So.
It did bring eyes down. I remember. I think Louis was there from Farnham, who's now at Sweeton Beck. He was there watching
watching Danny.
Watching Danny. You sort of go around and it was a who's who of the area of football. Players wise was there as well.
And there probably was I don't know who else was there, but there was probably like other managers probably maybe watching to see the players that we have recruited. Obviously like Lottie, for example. I mean,
good player,
great player. She
Yeah, so a lot of pressure there.
Yeah.
Down there like, ooh, what's this?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it was. Yeah, but I remember seeing a couple from Milford that were there just having a little look because we wanted to see what you guys had picked up. Because
Yeah.
we were messaging players and like, oh,
See where they come from.
Yeah, we're like, oh, you've gone there, have you? Okay.
But there's actually like, a lot, in terms of the girls that are there from Hawley, there's actually a lot there that I hadn't known.
Yeah.
And obviously I've played women's football in this area for like, I mean a lot of them are younger than me, so that's probably why. They're probably still at school when I first started playing. But in terms of that, they were like people that I hadn't met before or like heard of before, and they were like, so it was, I actually don't know where they found all of them.
Yeah.
So they must have just like done what I did and saw it on the socials, or people had said Aldershot sent up a team might trial there.
Well, they were pushing it out, and it was when we was looking to recruit, and the summer was quite slow for us, and all we kept hearing was, "Oh yeah, I can't, 'cause I'm going to Aldershot tonight." I was like, "Oh Jesus!" How many players can be there at one point? But yeah, so we found obviously with Farn and we saw Farn, but the pool of players now was getting quite stretched.
Yeah.
With Frimley Green having a development team, they were looking to start a development team as well,
Yeah.
which unfortunately folded. But obviously Woking had just folded as well, not long before that, so a couple of players from Woking
And
that
Abbey
were looking
Rangers.
to Abbey Rangers being
Yeah.
a big one as well.
Oh, yeah.
They folded,
Yeah, so because we got Heartlands in our league who run out of Fleet, but they play at Abbey Rangers ground in Chertsey.
Right.
And I'm hearing there might be a possibility of that becoming the new Abbey Rangers maybe.
Okay.
But then again, another little team.
Oh yeah, because they were actually in Southern Region.
Abbey were a good player, a good team.
Well, Paola, she's
Yeah.
come from Abbey Rangers. She's with us.
Okay.
And Susie, I think Susie might have played.
I think Mia Dempsey was there as well. She's now at Aldershot Lee. There's a
I
few.
played Abbey Rangers actually.
Yeah, they were massive Abbey Rangers.
Yeah.
Well, against them. But,
Yeah.
and
They were
pretty
around
decent
for quite a long
and
time as
strong.
well. Abbey
They
Rangers.
were one of the originals, like women's
Yeah.
teams. And then we had Ashford Town, who
I'm
were
pretty sure I
very
played
good.
them even when we were at Sandhurst. I think I might have played
Probably.
against them, which is years ago now.
Because they were around for a long time, and then some things happened behind the scenes, and they just folded. And then some of their players moved to Sutton and everything.
Yeah, Sutton, yeah, they were a good side as well. But I'm trying to think now. Yeah, so we've got Paola. I'm pretty sure Susie was from there, but and then a couple of them, yeah, like you said, I think a lot of them are at Frimley, aren't they? Some of them are at Frimley, some of the Woking lot are at Frimley. Yeah, it's just
So with that,
world.
so with that first friendly, then obviously playing Farnborough, were you still looking to pick players up at Aldershot? Because I think at the time Amy Mellon was manager.
Yeah.
At the time, and everything you could just keep getting stronger and stronger, knowing the season was coming.
Yeah.
Were you expected to win Division 3? I know you're still halfway through the season now. Currently top,
We
unbeaten
are
in the
currently
league.
top, yeah, unbeaten.
Doing
Still,
okay.
still,
Doing
a long way,
doing well.
still a long way to go,
Yeah.
but we're. I think that was the ambition for us to have a squad that would finish top of that league.
It's going okay.
Won't say too much because
Yeah.
you never know. We've got Havant and Waterlooville next weekend, who is sitting second,
Yeah.
and we're like, I think we're 3 points above.
Ooh,
So it's
But that tests yourself to see where you are.
yeah, which is really frustrating for me because I was hoping to be present at that game, but not going to be. But we did have a couple of trialists at the Farnborough game, so they weren't players that were even in the squad yet. So one of the girls that I was playing centre back with, I think her name was Evelyn. It was Evelyn. I think she's gone to Frimley now. Great player. She was so good. Like we hadn't played together before. We'd never met before, and she was with me at centre back, and like
Confidence.
so confident. Like I didn't even need to like say much to her in terms of like what she needed to do. She did it. So like even at that, like we still had players in that squad that we had never met before.
And that's the hardest thing when you're getting new players, especially at friendlies coming in. You're trying to set your stall out early, but you've got to play with someone who you don't know how they play. And there's also, I think you'll know better than me, that competitiveness. When you know you've always got a player behind you thinking she's after my position here, I've got to give it, especially in pre-season.
Yeah.
And because also you don't really know how each other play, like the style, sometimes it's like, well, I could just do this right now, something a little off the book.
Yeah, and I think,
yeah, I don't know, you know that better than me.
Yeah, but then like in terms of like, I think when you've got a partnership at the back, like centre backs, like you kind of need to like know each other like fairly well in terms of
Because you've got Holly O'Brien there.
Holly O'Brien,
So Holly's one of you played with her for a bit of time.
Yeah, she's one of my good friends.
Yeah. Holly, we're going to do a Q&A later on. Holly sent in about 722 questions. We won't have time to do them all.
Sorry, Holly.
Yeah, but I remember you've been at Ash played a couple of times at myself with Holly.
Yep.
And now Holly's with you at Aldershot.
Yep.
And you used together at Bachelor League together as well. So
yeah, and Hawley.
And Hawley.
Yeah.
So that must have been good to have that partnership, possibly.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we were playing a back three, so she was playing.
I'm not a fan of the back three. Yeah.
She was playing on the right of me.
Yeah.
I mean, me and Holly have a love-hate relationship, actually. To be fair.
Okay.
She doesn't like me shouting.
Holly shouts half the time anyway.
She doesn't like me shouting, but she kind of like knows that I shout.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like she's like, "Why are you shouting at me?" I'm like, "Well, it's just me." I was like, "Just deal with it." So we're like, what was I love-hate relationship? She's like, she doesn't like people telling her what to do.
Yes, can you hear that, Holly? Clip that and put that on the socials.
But then sometimes she's like, "I need you to tell me." And I'm like, "Whoa,
she's a good girl, Holly.
Yeah.
what do you want me to do, Holes? Shout at you or not?"
Yeah. So obviously you started the season.
Yeah, it's good to have her there though, because I know how she plays and she knows how I work as well though. Like she knows if I'm shouting, it's not coming from a bad place. It's more of a
just take it.
Coming from a place of I want you to do something.
Yeah. When we had her here, Holly was very straight talking.
Oh, she is, yeah.
She will tell it how it is, and you're going to get players. Some players will take that. Some players will tell you to fuck off.
And I think that's just about reading your players, though.
Yeah.
You got to know who you can.
Who you're talking to.
Who you can talk to and who you can't. Like Shell, for example, I can say to Shell, like, "What are you doing, Shell? Like, sort your shit out. Like, you're playing really bad." Whereas maybe one of the younger ones.
This is what. Yeah.
If I turn around and said that, they'd be like, "What the hell? Like, wait."
Yeah.
So will that change? I suppose around the time will tell whether the old school talking to a player will be so different maybe in 10 years, or maybe it'll just develop as it goes.
Yeah, I just think like it's just knowing your players. Obviously at Hawley, I was captain there for 6 years. I was captain at Sandhurst as well.
So you got the leadership qualities.
Yeah, and I just think it's just like obviously it's a bit difficult at the moment at Aldershot because I mean now I know all of them, but to start with it was like maybe know all of you so well, but I think it's just knowing like your players. Like I just said, like Shell for example, she would need me to be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, sort it out. Yeah. Whereas someone else would be like, you need.
It's quite good to be able to read players though.
Yeah,
it's a skill.
Yeah.
Like my other good friend's Ginge, she was at Farnborough. She's now with me at Aldershot. If I was to maybe swear and like tell her she's playing shit, probably wouldn't go down very well.
Okay. Saying word, the message you're saying.
Yeah, like she would just need like encouragement, like you're doing really well, X, Y, and Z. So it's just knowing your players.
So you just said there you were captain at Sandhurst and Hawley and Aldershot. Funny enough, Emma Goodley-Barnes sent a question in. Of course she did. She sent a couple in. One of them was, what do you think makes a good captain?
Well,
in your opinion,
that was part of it.
Okay.
Part of the question that I've answered. Knowing your players. I think you've got to know. There's no point knowing or talking to 3 or 4 of the players. Like you've got to know everyone on the same level. So there's some that I know have known a lot longer, and I think it's just like taking time to talk to all of them as well. Like that's a massive thing. Self accountability is massive. I think if you're a captain and you don't take accountability for your errors, but you expect other people to.
That's big. That's good. I like that.
You've got to be the first one to do it.
100%. Yeah, and I feel like I'm quite good at that. Like if I mess up, like I will say shit. Like sorry girls, my bad. But I will make sure that I run hell for leather to get back.
Yeah.
Like I will bust a gut to get back. I think also like just having those standards. Like I mean, back in the day, I probably was a bit hot-headed.
Every captain who comes on says, "Yeah, I was hot-headed," but again, maybe that's part of having that big character. Do you know what I mean? And
I think it's just passion as well. Though. Like you don't want someone as the captain who doesn't want to win. Like, why do we play football? I mean, obviously we play for fun, but the end game is to get the
you want to win.
You want to win, right?
Of course you do. That's the whole point. If you're doing it for fun, then you wouldn't be joining a team at these levels.
No.
Like Farnham, Aldershot, Farnborough.
You've got to,
Put us in there as well.
But I also just think you've just got to have like you want people to look up to. You've got to have respect. Like you need that respect from your players. And I think if you don't take time to speak to them, and as well as like you've got to keep it calm on the pitch. I mean, Gregsy will probably say you don't do that all the time, Shan. But there is moments where I don't. But I think as I've got older, I do that. I mean, and now I've got my son, I'm a lot less
verbal.
Yeah, a lot less. I just think it's.
You ever been sent off?
A couple of times.
Although bad referee.
100%.
Yeah, there we go.
We won't mention any names in that one, but some of the girls will probably know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
Because everyone's probably had them in this league, in this level.
Around so just bring him in now.
Well, if you probably know, you probably had the one that I'm talking about, but there's a couple of girls that I probably have. But
you know.
I mean, some of the times probably my fault. Like, go.
Some of the times, 4 or 5 sending on.
No, I think
it's part of football.
Part of football, but I just think you've got to carry yourself well.
Yeah.
You've got to portray what you want from your players. I think you have to be shown to be doing it.
Yeah.
Like if you want your players to track back, if you want your players to work for 100% for the game, you've got to be doing it. You've got to be winning the challenges. Do you know what I
Part
mean?
of being a captain.
Yeah, but I just think you have to set the standards.
Right, so now we're going to fast forward. So myself and Danny went to a game against Fleet. It was a cup match that you played in. We were just starting about this pod. We weren't recording any episodes. We were just putting some ideas out there about how we're going to make the pod happen, what we're going to talk about. You were coming over to the sidelines for a challenge, 50-50 challenge. It looked up on the sidelines. Questionable, okay. And all of a sudden, you went down on the floor.
Yeah, I won't forget your screen.
The screen still lives on now. Me and Danny both looked at each other and we went, that's a her journey story. Yeah. We did not know how bad this was going to be. So when I first see it, I think I said to you, that could be a broken leg.
Mm-hmm. I did go, well, that's a bit of an ACL. Just I just thought, there's so many going on right now. I didn't think it was actually going to be that much.
The game was stopped for quite some time. You had treatment. We even saw you come off and you tried to do a little run. Yeah, you tried to run on it.
Yeah.
So what basically in a nutshell, what is wrong with you? What is your injury?
So I ruptured my ACL, tore my meniscus in 2 places. It's something called a pivot shift, they call it. So basically like your knee
shattered.
Like no, it didn't shatter. It just like it moves. So basically like moves everything in the knee, like, and there's like little like fractures and.
So you really went for it. If you were going to do it, you really made sure.
Yeah, I mean my MCL, my LCL were still intact. They were just grade 2 sprains.
Just a grade 2 sprain.
But they're still intact. There's no tears in there.
Okay. So obviously you came off the pitch. Did you go to the hospital? No, because I was texting you. Funny enough, I think the next day.
Yeah,
that week,
you messaged to see how I was. Yeah, I didn't go. I actually went up the pub with the girls after the game.
If you're going to have it the next day, you won't have it the point.
Yeah, I mean, I did think. To be honest with you, like it was a horrendous pain that I had. I had the pain. It was like about 5 minutes. I thought my knee was out of place for a bit. The doctors had to confirm it probably wasn't, because he said you probably would have done your LCL, your MCL if that was to happen. But that's what it felt like, because it was like an instant pain that lasted for a couple of minutes, but then kind of like subsided a little bit.
Was that adrenaline as well?
Maybe, yeah. And then obviously I did get up. I did have a little.
Yeah, a little.
You wanted to come back on.
Yeah. I was like, this is coming on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there was a physio there from Fleet who kindly came on to check me over, and he obviously did all the tests and stuff, and he was like, all of the ligaments feel intact. Okay, happy days, fine, cool. He's like, can you get up and have a little like jog? And I was like, yeah. So did that, but then as I was walking around the pitch, it just kept giving way, like locking. And I was like to Louis, I was like, I can't go back on. Like Shell had already called my partner by this point. It was like, you need to come because Shan's like done something bad. So I think he was already there. And like, I think she called him because she knew that I probably would go back on. And if he was there, then wouldn't have got away with that. So yeah, and then I obviously didn't go back on, which was probably the right move.
The best move that you could have
done. The best move, yeah. And then we did go to the pub. Yeah, as you do. Because it didn't feel horrendous, but I mean it hurt and it was massive. Actually got back from the pub, got out the car. My car is automatic, so I didn't use my leg, so don't panic. Got out the car, I had my son in the back, and it just went. The pain came back that I had it the first time, and the poor neighbours were probably thinking, oh my God, what's going on outside? Poor Otis was sat in the back. Yeah. Poor Otis was sat in the back, and he's like, Mummy, are you okay? And I was like, just give me a minute, mate. Anyway, we didn't go to the hospital, went to the walk-in centre on the Monday morning.
Yeah, I think it was that.
Yeah, the Monday morning I went there, and again he obviously assessed me, did the X-ray, did all the ligament things. Like, yeah, all intact. I was like, perfect. That's what we like to hear. There was nothing on the X-ray because the fractures they said wouldn't show on the X-ray because they weren't massive ones. They were just like small fractures, so they wouldn't have shown on the X-ray.
It doesn't really show anything though.
Not really, no.
So this is where you can track the leap because you know about knee injuries and injuries and.
Yeah, well, mine stuff didn't show up on an X-ray.
No, which is madness because you would
and
have
that's the
thought
first thing.
would have.
Yeah, and the first thing they always say is an X-ray, but I think an MRI should be.
Yeah,
the first
I do.
thing. Especially during sport as well, when they say it's a knee injury, I'll be like, alright, you can walk on it, so it's not broken. So
yeah. Especially in terms of MRI, because they can pick up broken bones as well, can't they? So I think.
I don't know. I'm not that educational.
Yeah, I think they.
Yeah,
I think
this
they
is not
can.
an educational podcast for us. Let me tell you that. We said it before. If you tune in for education,
Don't do
skip,
it.
move on. What we don't know, we'll fill in the gaps, but we make it up.
Well, I think
There we go.
that the MRI it shows broken bones too, so it's more in depth, isn't it? So kind of having the X-ray is a bit pointless, really,
Yeah.
and probably a waste of the NHS money, but you know. So anyway, did the X-ray, fine, blah 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 blah. Sent me to the knee clinic.
I didn't know there was a knee clinic.
Neither did I at
There we go.
Royal Berks,
Oh,
but that was like not instant.
yeah.
So I got a letter to say that I was going to have an appointment.
This is similar to yours, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your story.
Because you need to have an MRI, but we'll let you know when the date is. Anyway, I had private health cover, so I called them. I think I called them on the Monday actually, and they were like, "Yeah, we can do an MRI for us." I was like, "Cool, happy days." So I had the MRI. I think it was like maybe 2 weeks later because it was so swollen that I
2
couldn't.
weeks later.
Yeah, I think it was about 2 weeks later because it was so swollen that they were like, you need to probably wait for the swelling to go down to have the MRI. I was like, right,
Yeah,
makes sense. Does that make sense?
Because they can't really see anything if it's.
Yeah, because they were saying about like all the fluid and stuff that was probably in the knee. So anyway, waited and then had my MRI. Got a call from them actually to say, oh, have you got a contact for your doctor because we have to send it to your doctor. And I was like, just a phone number. They're like, oh, we tried that but they've not answered. I was like, fantastic, here we go. No, I don't have an email address, so can you just send it to me directly? And she was like, yeah, I shouldn't really do that. But
Your leg.
yeah,
Your leg.
and
It's
it's private at this point. Like, she was like, shouldn't really do that, but I will. But you need to see a specialist. And I thought, oh god.
So then you start thinking, alarm
Yeah.
bells?
Worst case
I still at that point now. I was like, oh, it's not that bad. I actually thought that I tore my meniscus. I thought that is all that I had done. But she was like, yeah, you need to see a specialist. But then even with a torn meniscus, you need to see a specialist. So I didn't think too much of it. She sent me the report, and it was all encrypted. So that took me about 10 minutes to get into the
We're looking for the
report.
big words just to see what it says.
Yeah, but I couldn't even get into the report at this point. Like, it took me like 10, 15 minutes. I had to download an app to
passwords.
Yeah, to get into it, and I was like, my God, come on, just let me see. And then I was like reading, it's all these big words. I went down to the bottom, and then it had it in
Bold
terms that we would understand.
Yeah.
Full rupture to the ACL, and I didn't read any further. I was like,
That's enough.
it was just kind of like a.
How did you feel in that moment? Because you know, you're talking time, length of time.
Yeah,
Season
I
done.
knew as soon as I saw
How
that.
did it hit you?
Yeah, I don't think it set in for a while, to be honest, because I saw 3 or 4 people before I had my MRI, and they all said everything was intact. I must have had that ACL check done about 4 or 5 times, and they're like, yeah, all
I
intact.
think at 4 attempts that someone would say,
It's not.
like, yeah, it's a bit worse than what.
Yeah, because they do like, obviously when the swelling went down, I did have a bit more movement in it, and they make you do like all these different moves to see if you probably had done them.
Yeah.
They're like all over the internet on how to check
Like
if you've
just-
torn your ACL
yeah.
or your meniscus or your MCL. They like, don't believe it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I did ACL once, but they definitely were like.
Yeah,
like,
all of
just
that.
Up, down, side,
Yeah.
side, like.
I mean, I probably would have gone back to football if I was waiting for the NHS MRI.
That's
But
Can you even walk on it though?
Yeah, I can walk on it now, but however,
Should you be?
yeah, they told me to walk because it's better for the recovery that you're using all the muscles.
Oh, well. A muscle mass. We spoke
Yeah.
about this, yeah.
But it's certain movements that I can't do. Like the other day,
Turning.
any form of turning. Like the other day, my son wanted to play football in the lounge, Which is fine. Like, I was like, Mummy can play with you, but I have to just walk. And then
Yeah.
he went out to the kitchen. He's like, Mummy, come down here. We'll do a run up. I was like, okay, fine. I'll walk and do it. Walked fine. Well, like slowly. Went to kick it, and my knee just buckled.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I can't do this, mate. And then I went to take the bin out. Went on the front garden.
So this is what we spoke about in your podcast. The small everyday tasks
Yeah.
then become a chore,
Mm-hmm.
and then that starts affecting your mental health at all,
Yeah.
because you can't just do normal things, especially being a parent.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do
Okay.
like weight, like lifting heavy stuff, or just make it go?
I wouldn't. I could do like
Yeah, don't try.
upper.
Yeah,
So I could do.
get the test. Stop
Yeah,
testing,
no,
yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do
Yeah.
like heavy weights on the legs. They told me not to do that. You can do like I could
No,
probably
but
go on the
even
bike.
just like carrying heavy boxes around the house or something like
The
that.
fear of just
Like, yeah.
Yeah, like if I try and carry my son upstairs, I can
That's
kind
what
of
I was
like
thinking.
yeah.
feel it, but I have to go really slowly because if I'll turn funny, it will just go. But in terms of like how I felt, I just didn't believe it for a while. It was a bit like because I had so much hope because everyone told me.
It's the hope that kills you.
Yeah, everyone told me that all my ligaments felt fine. So I was like, okay, like 4 people have said that. Like
Yeah.
surely it's not my ACL.
And bearing in mind, you had a season at Aldershot League,
Mm-hmm.
and the results weren't great. So you're now Aldershot, you're now winning the league, you're
Yeah.
captain.
Mm-hmm.
Did you play at EBB as well?
Yeah, I did
You
play
played
at
there. So
EBB.
everything in your time in football was rosy,
Yeah.
and you did not see this coming. Did
Mm-hmm.
you question yourself to go, what about if I didn't go for that challenge? Or what about this? Or
Do you know what? I was so frustrated because the player that I am quite a strong challenge player. I mean, I don't get it wrong very often. Like I do usually win the ball. Like I don't usually put anyone at harm's way. But it's going to sound bad. But it wasn't a 50-50 challenge.
clip it, clip it. Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
No, you do it like it. No, you show you like it. Clip it. And put that's the seller.
I mean, it wasn't.
Put
It's
seller,
not. It's
yeah.
no one's fault. Like
Yeah.
she didn't do it on purpose. But she came in like at the back of me and took my leg.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't her fault, and I'm like not like blaming her at all because it wasn't. I mean, I've done challenges like that before,
Yeah.
but like
It's just bad timing.
it's just bad timing. Like, and I did feel sorry for her because I think she was genuinely like upset, like
Yeah.
that I was her. So it's
Well, we'll
not-
ask her, bring her in now. Yeah.
it wasn't her fault at all, but like that's where it comes back to the keenness. Like she wanted to win that ball back, which is great,
Yeah.
but there's just having that
And that
bit of
10 seconds has changed your life
yeah,
dramatically for
Massively.
at least 1 to 2 years
Yeah.
minimum.
yeah. And it wasn't even a free kick.
No, it wasn't. It's a throw
No,
in.
it's a scam.
I don't even think you got the throw in.
I don't know.
I think Fleet got the throw in as well.
And do you know what the worst thing was? My dad was on the line. My dad
Yeah,
was
yeah.
the linesman. I mean, linesmen can't give fouls anyway, so he wouldn't have put the flag up. But I watched it back and I thought, the audacity, Dad.
Yeah, he just
Stuck the flag up and
At least giving me the throw in
yeah,
as
you
well.
stuck the
Yeah.
flag up and giving it. I mean, to be fair to most people, and even maybe I mean the ref actually had a full view of it because I've seen it on the video. My dad wouldn't have because he was the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just shout out to your dad. I remember he follows you everywhere.
everywhere.
Every
yeah.
game.
He's gutted.
Yeah, a couple of times when he'd been playing for Ash, he'd be in the boot of his car, boot open,
Yeah.
flask of tea,
Yeah.
shouting out, giving you all the encouragement.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I think that's
good.
where I get most of it from though, like
Yeah.
because he will also hold me accountable if I've had a bad game.
Yeah, I used to hear him giving advice.
He would never, like, if I come home and had a bad game, he would never say, "Oh, Shan, you played really well."
Mm. He would come out with it and say exactly how
Yeah,
it is.
like he'd be like, "Shan, like you were shit."
Hmm.
But I think that's
Straight to the
I
point.
think that's helped
Sometimes
me.
you
I
need that.
think in that, but he's gutted. Yeah, Dad's gutted.
Yeah, because that's part of his probably his life as well, to be able to
Yeah.
follow you around all these games and everything. On a
Because
Sunday.
my mum asked him when after the first weekend that I got my results, she was like, "Are you missing football?" And he was like, "Yeah." I mean, he still goes and watches the girls. I mean, both do.
Yeah.
But I don't know why he didn't go that weekend. But he was like, "Yeah, like it's weird because I played since I was 7. My dad's pretty much been there every Sunday since I was 7."
That's how much like an injury can not just affect yourself, but
That's a great
also people around you.
Everyone else, yeah. I think. I mean, he's in Cape Verde at the moment, so
Oh, see,
don't carry the world
She's
right
out for a
now.
few months. We can go book the holidays. We've waited 20 years for this.
Yeah, don't carry the world right now. But
You're on the floor and he's just getting up the old.
that's what he's doing when he didn't give me the
Yeah.
foul. Checking his holiday to Cape Verde.
Book that now. She's down.
Don't worry about it, Shan. She'll be alright.
Yeah.
But that's probably what he thought.
Yeah.
Because I am quite hardy. Like I don't go down very often. Like he probably thought she's alright. But then I think when he heard me,
that's great.
yeah.
Make it good out of
Yeah.
that situation.
I think he was probably more shocked by it because he was like, shit, she's hurt. Like.
So how long ago now? I think it was September time, October time.
October. 19th of October to be
19th.
exact.
So there we go. Don't forget that. So we're now just
never forget that.
So we're 6 weeks in now. What have the NHS said to you time-wise for operations?
12 months. I'm
12
looking out for on the NHS. Obviously, I've mentioned that I have my private. However, they won't cover my ACL. But
Did they say why?
So they cover most keyholes, which obviously ACL is a keyhole, but because it's a complex surgery, they won't cover it. So they'll cover my meniscus, which is great, but I don't need that. I need my ACL. So the thing that I need, so no one get Benetton health cover.
We're not going to get sponsorship by them. We'll put that out there.
I mean, they have been and also the consultant who I saw after I got my MRI report back, he was like, Benetton won't cover your ACL. Like they don't cover knee or hip replacement.
But so this is good for any footballers out there who are looking to get private healthcare cover. In ACL being obviously
very common.
So, and that's why they wouldn't cover that. It's something that's becoming
so their shares are now going to drop dramatically and everyone's going to act or somewhere else. But again, this is knowledge that I didn't know anything covered. So if anyone's looking, they think, well, Shannon's just give us that information, we'll now turn this way.
But then Gregsy spoke to her physio, because she, unfortunately, well, I'll let her talk about that when she comes on. Obviously had an injury, but she said that her physio was like, I'm surprised that they don't cover it because most companies cover ACL, apart from Benetton.
Okay, so that's why then, for people listening, there is a GoFundMe page set up for Shannon. The idea is to look to get as much money as anyone can towards maybe getting able to go privately. So there will be a link at the bottom of the page. Please, if you can't donate, then that's fine. We know times are hard. Christmas is coming. But if you can just share it, somebody else might be able to donate. So we will put that at the bottom of the link as well. Because, like you say, you're looking at 12 months out for the operation.
Is that waiting? 12
That's
months
waiting, yeah. And then 12 months recovery. So you're looking at 2 years.
2 years, which time I do not have.
So how are you now filling up your time on a Sunday? You say you go and watch the girls.
Yeah, I try to watch the girls. I mean, obviously I've got my little one who takes up a lot of my time. But me and him like to go and watch the girls. He loves it, that's also really a hard thing because he loved coming to watch me. I'm all a bit emotional.
No, it's fine. It's understandable.
Yeah, and now he can't come. Well, he can't. He obviously can't come and watch the girls. Like he loves all the girls. But he's like, Mummy, why are you not playing? And I'm like, oh mate.
That's a hard hitter, isn't it?
Please don't ask that question.
Yeah.
Like, Mummy's got a bad because he was actually there when I hurt myself.
Okay.
But Shell wasn't playing. Obviously, my friend Cleggy, they took him round the back because they were like,
that's nice.
Props, best he doesn't see this because obviously I was in a lot of pain. Not that it didn't last like that long, but we like to go and watch the girls. Bake.
Yeah, fine.
Eat, bake. I mean, now it's Christmas. We did the Christmas tree on Sunday because the girls didn't play.
Okay.
So we didn't go and watch the girls because they didn't play. Just spend time.
Do you miss it more than you thought?
Yeah, I think it's harder. It sounds really bad, obviously, because I love Otis to bits, but I think it's harder. I haven't got football where I've got Otis because that was like my outlet.
Yes. You need that thing away from just your beliefs.
Because I used to go training to the gym. I mean, I still go to the gym because I can still do bits at the gym with the girls, but and then obviously football on the Sunday. Whereas now I don't go training, or if I do go training, I watch. But if I go to football on Sunday, he'll come with me. So I don't have that.
Just your Shannon time, not mum time.
Which I think is what's like my partner's like, why are you so angry? And I'm like, let's get this fucking house.
Yeah.
Like, I love you all to bits, but
I don't think people understand that though.
No.
When something's been taken away from you that quick.
Yeah.
It's like, where do I go now?
Yeah, what do I do?
What do I do?
Yeah. I don't think people don't understand who don't like, because they're like, it's just football, and I'm like,
it's not just football.
And obviously I had my son, so I was out for a year when I had him, obviously, because I couldn't play.
Yeah.
Ironically, I told my dad I had Achilles tendonitis, I didn't have Achilles tendonitis at the time, but obviously I mentioned that I had Achilles tendonitis all last year, which is probably karma because I lied and told my dad that I had it when I was pregnant. Well, I didn't know I was just pregnant, so I couldn't play. But I was obviously out for a year. I had a C-section with him, so I came back to football after 6 weeks, which is probably...
Didn't mess about.
Oh, I did not.
Yeah.
Which was probably quite early, but I felt like this season I'd probably just got back to me.
Yeah.
Before I had Otis, like in terms of like football and stuff. So then to only play 4 or 5 games.
That's the hardest thing. When I'm sure you love seeing the girls do well, and they, obviously if they go and beat Haven, then it's going to give them an extra kick to push on to win the league. In my opinion, there's always going to be a part of it that goes, what could have been?
Yeah.
And then that cut match and that if you'd gone this way, sliding doors, man. We talk about it a lot of time. And
but that's what the girls said. Like if you were playing, and I'm like.
But that could drive you crazy.
Yeah. But I want to be. I want to be. Like, it's not that I'm not choosing not to. And then like, one of the girls texted me on after the game on last Sunday. She's like, "We really need you back. There was no slide tackles," and I was like, I wish I could do a slide tackle right now, but I can't.
So how have the club supported you? Like with obviously you've got Emma Gregory Barnes who's coming as manager now. Did you know her from before?
I did. I knew her at Badshot, so she was over at Badshot with me for the season. So I did know her. That's
been a welcome addition coming in.
Oh, for sure.
Swapping managers during the season can be tough, but that's been a nice smooth process for yourself.
Well, she was obviously with the under-16s at Aldershot, so she was already in the club, and she did help out Amy now and then, like anyway, before, and then obviously she was appointed as assistant manager when Jockey left, so she was kind of on the scene anyway. I mean, for me, I've known her anyway, so it was. She's great. She's so knowledgeable. She's also very calm, quite quiet until you need her not to be.
Is that what you need in a changing room? Someone who can, when they're calm, but also give you that rocket to go, I'm being serious now, this needs to be better.
I think especially in terms of like a women's football, I feel like women's football could be so toxic.
I didn't know I could agree to that or not. I was just putting my life in my hands.
Thinking about that one, but everyone knows. No, but everyone knows what women are like, right? We're very opinionated.
My mic's not working.
We're very. We like to say what we like to say.
I think my tongue is bleeding from biting it.
But I think you've got to have that manager who doesn't get in with it, if you know what I mean, doesn't like join in with that side of things. And I feel like when you've got a man manager, they haven't got a bloody clue what's going on anyway, so they don't, like, they kind of ignore it because they don't know what's going on in terms of like that side of things.
But he does.
I'm more emotional than my players. I think we spoke about it the other day. When you're managing men and you come in to manage women, this is my 3rd season now being part of the women, and I know I'm a million times better than what I was my 1st season. And mistakes I made in my 2nd season. So I know now the way I manage the women, and that will only get better and better. But for anyone else coming in as a male to manage women, Jesus, you've got to be ready for that.
I also think even in terms of women coming into women's football, I mean, Gregsy's been in women's football for like a long time, like in terms of like management and stuff like that, and like around it because she's played in it. So I think she kind of knows how to be around it, if that makes sense. Like, it's just, I'm not saying men's football isn't like that because it probably is, because they can be a lot more handbandy than women anyway. But in terms of like, women are different to men, so like you have to manage them differently to how you manage a man. Like a woman will appreciate communication.
That's the
a lot more. Like, if say you've got a player that you might not play or whatever, like they would rather you say this X, Y, and Z. Like, this is why I haven't played your X, Y, and Z, instead of saying nothing.
That's the biggest thing I've picked up from this season to last season. Letting players know that, and the reason why before the game, rather than being afterwards and it being aggy, it's just give that little bit beforehand.
And women hold a grudge.
But
I think in terms of like Gregsy, because she's like done women's football and like girls and stuff. Like, I think her coming in.
So she's a good fit for the club and the changing room.
Yeah, for sure.
And everyone took to her very quickly.
Yeah, like she's a very good coach as well. I mean, there's a couple of us that knew her before, and like I said, she was on the scene. So like the girls did know of her, and like we saw her coaching and stuff because she did some sessions with Amy. So yeah, she's a great addition, and I think she'll do really, really well.
Yeah. So that's the only way for Aldershot to just keep going up then.
Yeah, it's just a shame I'm not, because she literally got the manager's job as I got the results of my MRO, which is really shit.
It's a bit bittersweet for yourself.
Yeah,
Someone you know coming in, now you can't play for them.
I did ask if I could be an assistant, but she said no.
Okay, it's a specialist job.
Yeah, she said, can you coach? I said no. She said, oh, all right, you can't have it then. I said, fair enough.
Fair enough.
Got no qualifications, so.
So we've got some Q&As for yourself. So we put some questions out to some people on the pod, and a lot of people wanted to ask some questions, to be fair.
Holly.
So you're quite... Holly's is a whole different episode.
I'll let her ask me later. Just tell her to ask me in person.
What have you got, Dan?
So someone asked, what's your footballing high and footballing low?
I think that was Munchy.
Yeah.
I think Munchy asked that, actually.
Well, playing with Machi, there we go, when we were 7. No. I mean, that's where it started, but I think we won the Hampshire Cup with Hawley in our first season. I think that's probably my footballing high.
Wow.
Back in, oh God, I don't even know how many years ago, 2015 maybe that was. We won that, so that was with Christina. I was with Christina then, Shelley.
Okay.
Yeah, Shell scored the winning goal. So that's probably my footballing highlight.
And your footballing lows, is it what we think it is?
100%, yeah. I mean, I've played football since I was 7, and I've not had a major injury until now. Like, I've had the sprained ankle, broken wrist, but nothing that's put me out for longer than.
And is this that you're happiest you've been for a long time playing football? It's ironic, isn't it? Like you say,
yeah, I think
just getting going again.
Yeah, things always happen at the worst time, don't they?
Yeah. So I've got one from Emma Groggy Barnes, the manager, saying, if you could offer a young person female advice coming into football, what advice would that be?
That's a good one, Gregs. Be you. Would be my first thing. I think you've always got to be yourself. Like, for me personally, if you're yourself, you will find the team that fits best for you. Like, if you try to not be who you are or play how you want to play football, you won't be happy. So I think that's the first thing. Never give up. Work hard. Keep putting in the work. Yeah. You'll get where you want to be.
And it's an exciting time, I feel, for any young female looking to come into the game. And we went to the England-China game a couple of days ago, and 74,000 people there to watch that. And in 10 years' time, how big could it possibly be? It's the biggest growing sport in the UK. It's probably going to be the second biggest sport in 10 years, obviously just by men's football. And in schools now, 90% of schools now offer football to young females. So there's going to be so many people. Even when you go along, you see groups of girls carrying a football and they might go to the park. When you see that, it's so good to see.
I think and also the main thing is you've got to enjoy it. Like, yes, you want to be at that best level, but if you're not enjoying it, like I said to one of my girls who are with me now, who was somewhere else last season, she didn't enjoy herself. She was so miserable. Her confidence was like on the floor, and I just said to her, like, you're not enjoying it. Like, it's well and good playing for a good team with a big name, but if you're not enjoying it, like, what's the point? So I think coming into the sport, like, you've just got to be where you enjoy best. Like Lottie, little Lottie, she's actually left Aldershot. Yeah, she's gone to Badshot League. But like me and all the girls just said to her, like, if you're not happy, you need to go where you're happy. Like,
it's a short career.
Yeah, I mean, she's only 16 as well, and she's so good. She could play a lot higher, and like, we don't blame her. But I think when you're starting out, you just got to be where you're happy and just make sure you work hard.
So that's the key, finding that happiness where you're playing.
Because then the work follows, doesn't it? If you're happy, then you put in the hard work, and it doesn't feel like hard work.
No, that's
if you're
the thing,
enjoying it, you put in the hard work, and you're like, it's just not paying off.
Well, if you're not happy, you're not going to give 100% either. Exactly. Like, you're going to be half-heartedly playing. You're not going to be putting in the effort, and then that just picks up on everything. Like.
So I've got a great question here from Holly. What part of rehab are you most nervous about, and which part are you most determined to tackle? Holly goes deep with questions.
She's got to have a chat with me too.
Yeah. What part are you most nervous about the rehab? Is it the mental health side of?
I feel like I'm quite
balanced with that.
I'm quite strong-minded in terms of things like that, and I've got such a good group around me. I just think it's going to be like the not being able to do what I usually can do. I think that's what I'm still finding hardest at the moment. So just getting back to that place where I can do like all the things that I want to do. I mean, I think that's probably going to be the hardest thing. I think that will probably eventually play a part mentally because I won't be able to.
So this is what her journey was about, was looking to help people listening. And Holly's asked another great question. Do you have a message for other athletes dealing with injury setbacks? Going through something is like what you want now?
I think mainly you've got to talk to people. Like,
say that a lot,
yeah, you do, because it helps. I must vent to Sam every day about something in terms of, I mean, he'll make a joke about something. He said something about his knee the other day. He's like, oh, my knee's hurting. And then he was like, I'm probably not the best person to talk to. So I just think speaking to people will help, like, in terms of mentally, massively. I mean, doesn't take away the fact that you've got an injury and you can't do the things that you want to do. But I think just knowing that other people have gone through it, like Muchie, she's been really good. Like, she's spoken to me.
She's a good character.
Yeah, she is. She's spoken to me obviously about her injury because she pretty much did exactly the same as what I did this time last year. So like, just talking to people that obviously know what you're going through as well helps massively. She said to me like, it's not easy, but it will get better.
Yeah. Someone also wanted to know what's the best piece of advice for joining a new team.
Oh, that's a great question.
That is. Is that because I've been at many? Be confident.
Yeah, that must be nerve-wracking. I've never played much football. I could have had trials, but knees. You know what I mean? It was the knees. But going into a new team, maybe a young female coming in, but then we find out youngsters coming down. We spoke about that earlier, coming in with confidence.
Yeah,
like, no, I've got this.
I think that goes back to what I said before. Like, just be yourself. Like, you've got to, wherever you go, you've just got to be you. Like,
you can't hold that fakeness forever.
No. And most people would prefer the real you than not. So just be you, I think, is the most important thing. I mean, there's certain people out there that probably don't like the way that I am because I'm very honest in what I say.
Okay.
But there's a lot of people that respect me for the way that I am. So, and I just think you've just got to be you.
Some people, not everyone's going to like someone. No. So you can't shape yourself to be someone for everyone, so
no one will like. There's not one person in the world that everyone likes, like or not even doesn't like, or just don't get on with, because people have different personalities.
You can't say something that everyone's going to like as well. So
no, but just be you, be kind.
So the last question we've got for you is: who do you think we should get on the pod next? Who do you think that would have a story that you think we should go or have a bit about them to bring them on the pod?
There's quite a few. I mean, I did mention Shell, but however, Pop's not Shell's.
Okay.
We managed to get an interview out of the EBB when she scored 2 hat-tricks, so I don't know if we'll get her on a podcast. But
work in progress.
There's also Erin Clegg, who I mentioned about, who had the injury at Hawley, who now can't play at all. Cool. She's not allowed. They've said she shouldn't play football again. So
that's the one.
I think Cleggy.
Erin Clegg, we're coming for you. We don't thrive off of people who can't play, by the way. This isn't our thing.
I mean, I think she would be a great story. I mean, there's a couple. There's Gemma, but Cleggy's is she did
that's
quite.
That's the one to go to.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Listen, Shannon, it's been really good having you on. Thank you so much for being so open to us and just telling us how hard it's been. Listen, like I say, people, there is the GoFundMe page at the bottom. We'll put the link in there.
Thank you so much for setting that up.
Listen, don't worry about that. It's anything we can do to help. Do you know what I mean? Like I say, when you first told us about the injury and how bad it's going to be, we spoke and we were like, what can we do? Like, there must be something we can do. And listen, we just set it up. Other people have been chucking money in. Like, people have been putting some big amounts in as well. And I say, anything people can do just to help.
It's not something I wanted to do, but when finding out that my healthcare and the 12 months, it was a bit of a no-brainer, really.
Exactly that. And like I say, however much it can get to, will just help you, help Otis, help Sam as we go on. But listen, Shannon, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was Shannon, that was her story, that was her journey. I've been Blaine Conway.
I've been Danny Parsons.
Bosh!